hear, babe, babe, babe. And I'm like, I don't even know if I should get up. It's like that gut feel, like you just know something went wrong. So I like slowly like get up and I like walk out of the room, and then I walk this way. I'm like looking everywhere. Then I walk in and I look this way, and there she is on the ground. There's a rock by him.
Who's she?
You said who's she?
Nicole. Yeah. Nicole, his mother. Okay, go ahead.
There she is on the ground. He has his hands on her neck, and he's asking me to help him. He's like, babe, can you please help me? And I'm like, no. And then that's when I went to the couch and I lay down, and then I didn't even know what to do with myself. I literally kept saying, this can't be happening, this can't be happening. And then next thing I know, he picks up the rock, is banging her head more, and I'm like, no, this can't be happening, this can't be happening.
Sitting in the room with two FBI agents in a locked facility. Did you take a picture of her body?
No, not that I know of. Did I?
What's this right here? You sent that picture to Michael. Is that a picture of Nicole's body? Because it looks like she suffered some type of trauma there.
He must really love me if he did that.
Caitlyn Coons was just 17 years old when investigators sat her down for questioning. By then, she had already told multiple people that she was involved in a murder. A nurse at her group home, a man she believed was connected to a cartel, FBI agents, and even herself through text messages sent from her own phone. In April 2023, 53-year-old Nicole Jones disappeared from her home in Sylvania Township, Ohio. Weeks later, investigators discovered evidence of a violent struggle inside her kitchen. There was blood. There were signs of a cleanup. But there was no body. Nicole Jones has never been found. Nicole's son, 33-year-old Jonathan Jones, had been secretly hiding his 17-year-old girlfriend, Caitlyn, inside his mother's home without Nicole's knowledge. Prosecutors later argued that Nicole had become an obstacle to their relationship. According to investigators, Caitlyn gave Jonathan 5 hours to deal with the problem. After Nicole was killed, the couple bought cleaning supplies, wrapped her body in a tarp, dumped her in a dumpster at a nearby apartment complex, stopped at Waffle House, and eventually fled to Mexico. Along the way, Caitlyn repeatedly told people what they had done. But when she finally sat down with detectives and prosecutors, she tried to take it all back. For more than an hour, she claimed she was scared, confused, and couldn't remember what happened. What follows is the moment investigators confronted her with everything she had already admitted.
This is much nicer than TPD.
Is it now? Yeah, it is. I've been there. It is a little nicer.
So I'm Erin Kennedy. I'm the prosecutor on this case. My understanding is you want to speak with us today. Is that correct? Okay. You've waived your right to remain silent. You're here with your attorney. Correct. Have you read this proffer agreement?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Do you understand what's contained therein?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if any part of what is not truthful is said here today, we can completely disregard this agreement. Okay. And we can also subject you to a polygraph test. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you still want to speak with us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is for you. This is your chance to help yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell your side of the story. I know you've already made statements before. So what I want you to do is just start. Tell it from the beginning to the end. Don't leave anything out. I'd ask you to be truthful. I don't want to be pulling things out of you. This is your chance to help you, okay?
You want to speak loud enough for me,
Yep.
because this is being recorded, okay?
So I'm probably going to let Detective Albright take the lead on this. I'll have some specific things, but like I said, I want to hear what happened. I want you to be truthful, and I've got some specific things I'll come back with, okay?
Okay.
We've met before. I'm Detective Albright, and I want to kind of I'm going to follow the timeline of what we know happened in all this, okay? And some of this has been found through, physical evidence investigation and by your own admissions. So we'll kind of keep it to this for the major outline, and then if you have any details you want to add or any specific things we want to know about, we'll work that out. So, Jonathan Jones. What relationship did you have with Jonathan?
I don't know what to say about that type of relationship. I would say like at first like it was just a friend, then boyfriend, but then like just a manipulator. Like
Okay.
he just abused me and stuff like that. So I don't know what you would call that.
Okay. In what way did he abuse you or manipulate you?
He raped me multiple times and stuff like that.
Did you ever have a consensual relationship with him?
For a minute, yes, we did.
Okay.
Would you define a minute? What do you mean by a minute?
Like, so like the 2 months, I was with him for 3 months back before he caught the case that he caught for the kidnapping and sex crimes against me. For the 2 months, it was consensual, but then after a while, he wouldn't let me leave. Like, he would threaten to kill himself and stuff like that. So I stayed with him, but he would rape me and stuff whenever I would be asleep. And then before the case that started just now or whatever, before, what happened or whatever, I was with him or whatever, but I specifically like told him before everything happened that like I did not want to be at the house unless she knew that I was at the house, because prior to it happening.
We'll slow down.
Okay. Sorry, that was a little bit too much.
Well, no, I know how I've been with you enough to know I want you to back up. Let's talk about what happened down in Wood County. All right.
When he got the charge specifically related to you, which led to his troubles with Wood County Court.
So basically, his mom kicked us out of the house or whatever after finding out that the food was going on in her house, and he did the same thing that he did to me. He was basically like, well, kill me, just kill me, and then, he just ended up leaving her at the house, and we left. And that's when we started living in the streets. We went and stayed at his friend's house, and then
Who's the friend?
I don't know the friend's name.
Where did he live?
Like, it was I feel like it's an apartment because it's like this was this side of his friends, and then this was somebody else's, and then it was like a garage, like there was a car right here.
Was this in Bowling Green? Was this?
No, it was here in Sylvania or
Okay.
whatever. I just don't know exactly where we're at. But why that happened or whatever, he was taking pictures of me, and at first, like, I was into it, like, I was involuntary, like, it was consensual at first, but then it turned into unconsensual or whatever. Like, he was just going a little bit too far with it by raping me and then hitting me and all, like, spanking, all types of craziness or whatever. But how the case got started or whatever is we were walking, I got overly intoxicated at a motel or whatever, and we were walking, and like I was just sluggish. I didn't know what was happening, and the officer, like, they asked me and stuff, and then like I couldn't even speak to them. Like, truthfully, I didn't know what was happening.
Where was this?
It was like a truck lane. I don't know where it was at, but it was like a hotel or motel, and then there was like a truck lane, and then there was like a gas station, and we came back from the gas station, but we were walking in the truck lane or whatever. They pulled us over because we were in the truck lane, and they thought that I was trying to prostitute right there in the truck lane, but I wasn't prostituting in the truck lane. And they took me and they took him, and he had a gun on him, he had marijuana on him, and they charged him with kidnapping and sex crimes because prior to that I got taken from the Emily's program where I was in there for my eating disorder. That's how that whole case got started for that.
Okay, so this was back in 2022.
October of 2022.
Yeah, so you guys get stopped. Is that a truck stop somewhere in Wood County, down south of here?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know exactly where it was at.
So the officer encounters you guys at the truck stop because a lot of things go on at those places. And I've seen the report. And somehow, some way, the officer ends up finding pictures of you either on his phone or your phone, something of that nature. Is that correct?
Yeah, he had pictures of me. He has a whole bunch of pictures of me. And then not on top of that, then he has pictures like that I've sent him or whatever back whenever we very first met.
Okay. So based upon that, he gets charged in Wood County ultimately gets convicted of those crimes related to that incident. Then the judge lets him out, waiting on his sentencing, okay?
Right.
Now, let's fast forward and we get to 2023, okay? And then around April, prior to April, you'd been in the hospital, correct? Out in Canton?
Yeah, the auto accident.
I was in Cleveland.
Cleveland, okay.
I had my car accident where I had a traumatic brain injury or whatever, and I got out of the hospital, and I was staying at this group home
How long were you in the hospital?
like 2 months.
Okay. And why were you there so long?
I don't even know why I was there for so long. I think it's because my caseworker was trying to find me treatment, a treatment facility, or like somewhere for me to go, basically like placement, because like I have so many issues. Like I have my self-harming, my depression, and then my anger and my aggression problems.
So you would say that you've had a lot of issues. You're probably well known in Canton, Stark County because of all those issues,
Yeah,
right?
I have a bad running away history.
So they were having some issues finding a place for you to go, correct?
Right.
Okay. So at some point were you in the hospital, did you become friends with someone? A nurse?
No, I did not become friends with no nurse.
No?
No.
And that you conversed with?
There was what was her name? I don't even remember the person's name. I know there's somebody, like, there was a lot of, like, sitters and stuff that, like, I talked to and stuff, but...
This particular person, she called you Kit Kat. You remember who that is?
No, I didn't.
Rebecca Callahan?
No, I don't remember who that is.
Okay. Because you exchanged many texts with her and told her about some of the things that you were involved in. And ultimately, that information came to us, and then this whole thing transpired, and here we are.
Caitlyn, you don't remember telling her I killed someone?
No, I don't remember ever saying that. I never had my phones whenever I was with Jonathan, so I don't... I talked about this with multiple people from that's involved in my case, because they showed me the messages, but like I got my phones back whenever I came back from Mexico, so I don't know what happened with what was going on with that.
You didn't have your phones the entire time you were with Jonathan? Okay. All right, well, I'm gonna let you keep going.
I mean, I did have my phones, but I didn't have my phones, if that makes sense.
No, explain it.
So, like, whenever I was on the run with Jonathan or whatever, like, my whole mind, right? I, like, totally, like, I don't remember anything that happened. I don't remember anything that happened. All I remember is, like, waking up multiple times, going right back down. Waking up multiple times, going right back down. There is point in times where I do remember being on my phone, but I don't specifically remember ever texting nobody. But most of the time, though, Jonathan had my phones. He was doing black internet web stuff, looking up maps to Mexico and all that type of stuff. So I never paid attention to him with that because I didn't mess with him. I thought that he was dangerous. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So you are at this group home now. After you get out of the hospital, they put you in this group home in Canton area, right? And at some point, you leave there
Right.
and make your way to Sylvania, to Jonathan's house. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. How did you get to Jonathan?
So he arranged for me. I guess this is what I figured out. So he basically, I guess he was sending pictures of me that he already had from all the way back from Wood County case or whatever. He was sending a whole bunch of bad, inappropriate pictures or whatever to this person, and was saying like, oh, she will do stuff for you to get her right down here or whatever. But I didn't know that. So whenever I got in contact with the person, I'm like, well, I'm at the time 17 or whatever. I was like, and I'm not really trying to do that stuff or whatever. I'm like, can I just get a free ride without having to do anything or whatever? So the person comes, and like halfway through the ride or whatever, we had to end up doing stuff because that's what Jonathan, I guess, promised him or whatever. And that's when I ended up getting, it was like Chauvin's Tavern or something like that. That's where the car ended up at, was Chauvin's Tavern. And after I got out of the car, I went into Sean's Tavern. Well, before we went in there, we hugged and stuff, and we were like, I miss you and stuff. And after that, we went into Sean's Tavern, and we sat down, and we were just talking about everything that happened, like him being locked up, and what happened with me. You know, I showed him my scar and stuff, and told him that I was in a car accident again, or whatever, just basically repeating everything. And then after that, that's when, you know, he was like, well, we have to stay out or whatever until my mom goes to sleep. And I'm like, that's weird. I'm not about to stay out until your mom goes to sleep. But mind you, we started smoking, drinking or whatever, and he didn't, so basically he had alcohol already on him and then weed already on him, but we started smoking and drinking or whatever, and we're just walking around going places. We went to this one abandoned house that they were like redoing that was near the house or whatever, and he tried to mess with me. I was like, no, and stuff, and like I kept telling him, I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to the house. I'm not going to the house. Like, if she don't know that I'm there, then I don't feel comfortable. I'm already on the run. That makes me feel paranoid that I have to go into her house and her not know that I'm there. And so then at some point, I guess that we ended up at the house or whatever, and next thing I know is that I wake up.
All right. How'd you get in the house?
I don't remember.
Okay. Where were you staying while you were in the house?
In his room. It's like this. So the door right here, then right here, then the bathroom's right here, the door's right there. That's his room.
Okay.
And then like whenever I was staying in his room though, like when I woke up or whatever, he blocked it off or whatever. But I guess you're asking me more questions. But that's when I woke up and I'm like,
What do you mean by blocked it off?
like he had like his dresser, not dresser, but like the tent, he had 10 foils in there. So like back whenever I was living with him, he kept his clothes and stuff in the not foils things, the bin things, and he had the bin things back up against the door or whatever. And like that's how it was when I woke up, and I was just like, and then like he was right there, and I'm like, and I told him, I was like, what's happening? He talked about, you know, whisper. No, I'm not whispering. What's happening? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I text on my phone. I'm like, you're gonna tell her that I'm here or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna give you 5 hours to tell her that I'm here, or else I'm leaving. I have other guys that would happily take me. And then that's when I went back to sleep. Not sleep, like I laid down or whatever. I don't want to mess up my words. I was going back to sleep, and then like 30 minutes to like an hour, that's when I hear, babe, and I'm like I don't even know if I should get up. It's like that gut feel, like you just know something went wrong. So I like slowly like get up, and I like walk out of the room, and then I walk this way. I'm like looking everywhere. Then I walk in and I look this way, and there she is on the ground. There's a rock by him.
Who's she?
You said who's she?
Nicole. Yeah. Nicole
Jones.
His mother. Okay. Go ahead.
There she is on the ground. He has his hands on her neck, and he's asking me to help him. He's like, babe, can you please help me? And I'm like, no. And then that's when I went to the couch and I lay down, and then he, I didn't even know what to do with myself. I literally kept saying, this can't be happening. This can't be happening. And then next thing I know, he picks up the rock, is banging her head more, and I'm like, no, this can't be happening. This can't be happening. And then after that, or whatever, after that happened, he told me we had to go to the store. And I went with him. I went to the store. He got cleaning supplies and a whole bunch of stuff. And we went back to the house or whatever, and then after that happened, he cleaned up the mess on the ground. He moved her body into he like turned her over or whatever, and then after that happened, he ended up packing up everything. He moved the body into the car. I helped him carry the body to the car, and then after that happened, he drove And then he ended up cutting off his ankle monitor. Oh, no. I guess he had it on. I thought he cut it off before, but he drove to this apartment place and he got out of the car. I got out of the car. And, mind you, the body didn't feel the same the time that it felt whenever it was at the garbage can or whatever. Before, it was like, it wasn't as heavy, then it was heavy as soon as we got to the apartment place. And then after that, I helped him carry the body and dump it in the dumpster. And then after that, he cut his ankle monitor off. And then he fled, basically. That's what happened.
When you saw him in the kitchen with his hands around her neck, it was the kitchen, right?
Right.
Okay. Where at? I mean, it's a fairly good sized kitchen. Where specifically?
This is the fridge. And this is this. The body's right here. There's blood all around the head part. And there's even like brain matter over here. And he's standing over here with his hands right here. And the rock is literally like just like right there with blood on the top of it. And I'm all the way over here.
So he was calling your name while he was strangling her? Had his hands around her neck? How long did that go on? How long would you estimate that was going on?
I don't know. I really don't know. I was panicking. But I do know that, like, before I walked in, that he was banging her head with a rock or whatever, because there was stuff all over the ground. There was blood on the rock.
Okay. Let me give you a little piece of information. So that GPS that he had on him, okay, we have those records that tells us where he was at, when, and for how long, okay? You were obviously with him. So after the killing, okay, you mentioned that you guys went and got cleaning supplies, right?
Right.
Okay. Did you put the body in the car first before you went and got the cleaning supplies, or did you leave the body there and go get
Body there.
You went and got the supplies. Where'd you go?
It was a tractor, but no, it was, I don't know. All I remember is checking stuff out. I don't remember what store we went to.
Okay. And did you both go in the store?
Yeah, we both went into.
Caitlyn had just confirmed that she walked into Lowe's with Jonathan after Nicole's body was still inside the house. Think about that. A woman had just been killed, and 17-year-old Caitlyn helped shop for tarps, trash bags, and cleaning supplies. She wasn't being held at gunpoint. She wasn't under immediate threat. She walked into the store, checked out, returned home, and helped dispose of the evidence. The defense would later argue manipulation, trauma, and control. But prosecutors had surveillance footage showing Caitlyn calmly shopping while Nicole Jones lay dead on the kitchen floor. To investigators, that wasn't someone acting under duress. That was someone helping carry out a plan.
You got the items, you came back out. Where'd you go from there? Back to the house?
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure we went. I don't remember anything. Like for real. Like I really don't remember stuff or not word for word, but detail for detail. But I know at some point the stuff was bought, and I know at some point he was cleaning it up, and I remember at some point we went to the apartment place, and I know at some point he was packing up the stuff. That's what I know.
Okay. What happened to all the cleaning supplies?
He throws it all away
And where? Where did they get
in a
thrown?
trash bag that he bought from the store.
Okay. And so it's put in the trash bag. What do you do with the trash bag?
He set it out for trash day because he said it was trash day.
The next day?
He said that because he lived there or whatever, he said that the trash day was going to be the next day, so he left it out.
Yeah, it was written right on the refrigerator. That the trash day is the next day. Yeah. So the body itself, you guys, so after the cleanup, you guys put the body where?
We put the body in the back seat of the car.
The back seat or the trunk area?
Like he laid down the seats or whatever, and the body was like right there.
Okay. Because it's like a hatchback type car, right? And then, okay.
It was her car, her van.
All right. So, did you just throw her back there, or
No, he was like scooter.
scooter? Okay, but what was she in? I mean,
He wrapped her up in a tarp or whatever. It was like both tarps or whatever. He tried to do it with a trash bag at first, but it didn't work, so he did it with a tarp.
okay. So tarp the body up, put the body in the trunk, throw the items away, the cleaning supplies and whatnot. What happens then? Where you go from there?
After he puts it in the car,
Mm-hmm.
then he drives. I don't know how long, or where to, but I know. Like I'm trying to give you. I just know at some point he drives to the apartment complex and he jumps out, opens up the garbage thing, and that's when he gets the body. And I go back outside because he's like, babe, and I help him do it all over again.
So you help put the body in the trash or whatever it was?
Yes.
Okay. Well, so I see here that it looks like after the cleanup and putting the body in the trunk, you guys went to back to Sean's. Did you guys go to Sean's?
I don't remember that.
Well, you did, because I can see it right here. So you bought the supplies, you were at Lowe's. Now, mind you, let me just tell you this, it is all on video. I have receipts for all this, okay? So the items that were purchased and the body was wrapped up in these items, and then that was at 5:20 that you guys left Lowe's. Went back to the house, by your own mission, and then by 6:36 p.m., you are back at Sean's Irish Tavern, okay? So at that point, the body's in the trunk, because later on, it's not till 12:17 a.m. that the car goes to where the body was disposed of in the dumpster.
I don't remember. I'm telling you, I don't remember.
You don't remember, but I'm telling you. Okay, that's what happened. So you're distraught that you just saw this killing. Okay?
Well, I wouldn't walked in on it, but yeah.
Okay. You saw this. You're shocked at this whole thing, right? Things are fuzzy. But you go to Sean's.
I don't remember.
Get a little
going to
dinner.
Sean's, though. That's the
Okay.
thing. I don't, I
Well-
really don't remember. All I remember is, like, the big shit that happened, because the other stuff,
Well, that's why we're trying to figure this out together, okay? So I'm just telling you, and I'm filling in these spots, and maybe it'll click something in your head, okay? So from there, you guys go to the apartment complex and put the body in the dumpster, okay? And from the dumpster, you guys go to the Waffle House to get a little snack, right?
I don't remember that.
I got video of you doing that too, okay?
I don't remember that.
Detectives built a complete timeline using GPS data, security footage, and store receipts. The evidence showed that Nicole's body was dumped into a dumpster at 12:17 a.m. Afterward, Caitlyn and Jonathan drove to Waffle House and ordered food. Investigators saw that as a critical detail. This wasn't the behavior of two people frozen in shock or panic. According to the evidence, they carried out the crime and continued with their night. And every time detectives presented another receipt, another camera angle, or another GPS record, Caitlyn gave the same response. I don't remember, but the evidence did.
Then from 12:29 to 1:04 a.m., you go back to the house, you're there for a little while, and I think then later on, you guys, that next afternoon at 12:49 p.m., you leave and go to McDonald's. Then you go to Walmart, purchase some supplies. And then you go to, Meijer, and then back to the house. back to Walmart on Glendale, Home Depot and Airport Highway,
I
wire on
thought
Center.
we left the same day.
Then you guys took her debit card and went to the bank, several banks as a matter of fact, and used her,
That's also another thing.
Debit
He
card.
said that he was happy that he got her money now or whatever because she was complaining about how he wasn't even paying for the house and stuff and that she don't even have the money for him to be even living with her.